How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about Supergirl Season 5, Episode 14, titled The Bodyguard. This, Jesus, why do I keep doing this? This episode was, a roller coaster and a half, I would say. We are now closing in on the launch. The beginning of this episode, hold up, before we go into that, the beginning of this episode made me feel like I had accidentally clicked on Game of Thrones or something similar, because it shows a woman on horseback firing what looks to be an arrow of some kind at a dragon. Now, of course, you'd be like, wait, what? This isn't Supergirl. That's literally my first thought. I'm like, this isn't Supergirl. Did I actually accidentally click on, like, Legends or something? I was so confused. On an episode I somehow missed, even though the only episode I ever missed was the season 4. No, not season 4. It was last season finale. I didn't see that one until after the first season. I think it's season 4 actually. Regardless, the Hayworld episode, I didn't see that until after the first episode, until after like the second episode of the season, or the first proper episode that's not Crisis. But like, no, turns out it's just a simulation under the obsidian lenses. Um, Now, of course, we have what was it? We have Lex being Lex. He's kind of suspicious so far. But Andrea Rojas, in as we get closer and closer to the launch, she's attacked. Suddenly, we have someone who is out to kill Andrea, and so Lex assigns Supergirl. Personally asks Supergirl to protect Andrea. Now, of course, Kara can't be like, no, I'm not going to protect this innocent civilian that has nothing to do with you. In theory, she has nothing to do with Lex. As we know, due to Leviathan, she's somewhat connected to Lex, but not really at the moment. Obviously, so Kara's just like, I have to protect everyone. She's a hero. So um but anyway, yeah, so bro, she goes off to protect Andrea. You have William, who's apparently like the press guy who's gonna follow Andrea for the day. And 1 second. Oh God, I don't know why it is when I record these episodes I cannot talk, and yet I can record 6 episodes of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Link in the description down below. The playlist is it the channel for it is. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. Now, obviously, we find out that it's an alien. I forget what the alien is called, and it's not on here on the page, whatever, on the wiki page. So I can't double check it, and I'm not gonna rewatch the episode in the middle of a video. But it turns out that the particular alien that's doing it has these gauntlets to amplify her power so that she can absorb all forms of energy. She is on a vengeance kick. Her husband was addicted to the prototype obsidian lenses and as a result killed himself. And so she wanted to avoid others falling into the same trap. Now, while that's all well and good, Supergirl is forced to battle it out, and without her powers, Supergirl Kara has to convince the alien. I forget her name. I forget her husband's name too. Unfortunately, But yeah, she has to convince her to not kill what we later find out to be 67% of National City's population. Yeah, it was gonna be a big bang. And of course, Kara succeeds. Right? Now, obviously, we have the Lena parts of the episode where Lena is trying to finish the Myriad non Nocere thing. She's trying to finish Project non Nocere. Um, she tests it, right? With Lex's help, she tests it on some prisoners. Now, Steve, I remember this guy's name because he's played by what's his name? Mozzie from White Collar. I still don't know the actor's name, but I know the character's name is Steve in this show. So Steve ends up. It replaces the piece that everyone else got with kind of like a thirst for vengeance, right? Like accidentally because the algorithm wasn't done properly. So obviously Lena with Lex's help, fixes the algorithm, and now Steve is peaceful again, right? It actually caused him to have a seizure the first time, which, oof, I'm glad he survived. But as we know, Lex has ulterior motives. We know he's working with Brady, supposedly to save the world from Leviathan, but this is Lex we're talking about. We're not really sure. This is not only is it Lex we're talking about, but this is Lex with memories of pre-crisis. It's not like a clean slate Lex Luthor who's only ever been the good guy. So we don't know what his actual motives are. He's obviously talking to Gemma Cooper, I believe is her name, who is, part of Leviathan, and he's trying to get her to convince her to. I guess they're trying to turn Leviathan mortal, if my understanding of his conversation with Brainy was correct. Um. Oh, jeez, my skin on my hand is dry. But yeah, my skin is really dry on my hand. But I I don't really know where that's going. He meets with Gemma twice. Once to say, "Let me handle this," when it comes to Andrea's protection, and another to be like, "Introduce me to your friends. I will. Not only will I be a great ally to you, but I want you to introduce." Obviously, he's like, "Oh, I like to help my friends." The whole that usual spiel you get from villains and whatnot. Wow, I sound like a villain apparently. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't think I'd ever come to that conclusion, but apparently I sound like a villain at times. I'm a comic book villain as well as an anime protagonist. I don't know how to feel about this realization. Mid-video, mind you. Oh well, no time for existential crises. Back to the video and the discussion of this episode. Now I'm curious where they're going with all of this, with Leviathan, with Lex, with Lena. I've said it multiple times. I don't agree with them turning the good Luthor into a villain. Now, she does say that they do, her and Lex do have this conversation somewhat, where she goes off on how when she tried to fire Myriad the first time, everyone thought that she was trying to mind control people, but all she wants is to, create a utopia, as it were. Which I can understand. I would much rather not be given a lot of grief in my life. You know, not everyone I meet and speak to is going to be the nicest person. I stream on Twitch. I've had to ban people for not exactly being the nicest people in my chats. I've had to ban several people from my Discord server. If you guys haven't done that already, you should. So I can relate to Lena's thought process in a sense, but I don't agree with her actions as a whole. Um, I'm sure a lot of us can, like, it's not. It's essentially, you know how they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions? That's what this is. Her intentions are pure, but her actions and the way she goes about things, not so much. Wanting world peace or whatever is fine, but it's different when you try and take away people's ability to feel certain emotions. Because if I can't feel anger or sadness or whatever, then I can't grieve a loved one. I can't grieve a lost pet, a parent, a child, a grandparent. And not just me, everyone. Without the negatives, we can't feel the positives. It's a balance. And I believe Kara somewhat mentioned this. I forget what the term for it is. Um, with William, how stuff like this will always have a backfire. And I want to see, as much as I'm rooting for Lena and Kara to get, you know, make amends and all of that, and I'm hoping Lena's successful, I want Lena to see the backfire. Not the Steve having a seizure because the algorithm wasn't done right. I want to see the global backfire on Lena. It's cool of me to say that, and I know this, but it's also something we need to see. Maybe for character development. I don't. Anyway, this episode was amazing in and of itself. No more talk about future episodes for now. I thought it was great. Tell me what you guys thought of it down in the comment section down below. If you guys haven't already, check out my other channels, my Discord, Twitter, Instagram, etc., and all of that. Now, if you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you do. I will see you guys next time, and as always, stay bright.